October 24th, 2000 what?
20.
Here we are with the iconic, legendary House of Ninja. And let's get fucking started!
Alright, excellent. So, Danny, please introduce yourself. Let's get it started.
So thank you for everybody. You know, I love y'all boots. Beautiful family. But so when I came into Willie's life in 2002, that's when Ninja started for me. That's when I was exposed to pretty much the whole Ninja history. A little bit after that, around that time, I was introduced to Benny, Javier, Richard, of course by my best friend Anthony, so I can't forget that. Props to you, Buppy, I love you to death. If it wasn't for my friend Anthony, I probably wouldn't be around as a ninja. So kudos to my best friend. Long time ago, like I said, for me it was 2002. I know Willie for a very long time.
Who's Willie?
So Willie Ninja is a ballroom pioneer. I should actually say black ballroom pioneer. Our family was created off of black excellence, and as you can see here, you know, we're living that legacy. So, you know, when I say ballroom pioneer, I say a man that has done everything and has made it to the top, you know what I'm saying? And from his excellence, this is what was created. So back in 2002, it was in talks of starting the new generation, and then after that, that's when it really took off. Again with Benny, Richard, Javi, and of course when I moved to Florida here, I met my beautiful son over here, Mirage, Scott. Brand new to ballroom, didn't know anything about ballroom. He was a dancer.
What year was this?
Around 2006.
And then I got introduced to my other sister over here, who I've been friends with for a very long time, as you can see. So, well, you know, I'll keep it short and sweet. We're a fucking real house. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you see sitting right here is real. Our main focus is family. There's a lot of history behind that family aspect, and this is what ties us together here. You know, the history and everybody knowing of what my mother was about and what she represented is now here in everybody. And this is what you see on display here. This is Willie right here. So this is the essence. So, but enough for me. But
what is ballroom?
Yeah, let them talk, because honey, I'll tell them ballroom in a different way, but I want them to talk.
What is ballroom to you? Like, how would you describe ballroom to somebody that had no idea what ballroom was?
We're kind of like a bowling team, I guess. We go to bowling tournaments, but the bowling tournaments are actually balls, and there are different houses, and houses, I guess you can call them like a gang.
Teams.
Yeah, they're competitions.
Competitions,
yeah. They started
yes.
in the 60s or in the 70s? 60s.
Yeah, yep, by the drag, the drag community was the one that really started the ball scene. Back in New York City, of course. So the La Bejas, the legendary House of La Beja, iconic House of La Beja. So, and even prior to that. So, and Willie came a little bit after that. But a ball is what you see here. Everybody's different categories. Maybe it's a look. Maybe it's, you know, voguing. Maybe it's being real, having face, or having runway, or being bizarre, or being that real bitch, femme queen realness, you know what I'm saying? Performance, it's everything, it's who we are. That's what ballroom is about. And we all come and we compete and we challenge in that perspective category.
And so everybody has their own category and they perform in that category. So starting from the top left.
Hi, I'm Keisha, but I go by Kalypso Ninja. I became a ninja in 2007. And I walked my first ball 2008 in October for a Halloween ball. I started, how I got, you know, wrapped up in it is after a dance convention, I went to Parliament House. And it was my first gay club, and they were playing like awesome beats, and I was just dabbling in Vogue. I seen my friend Eddie Vogue.
What year was this, if you don't know?
This was 2007. Yeah, this was 2007, my first time ever in a gay club ever. And so I was just dabbling in it. And that's when Mirage saw me voguing, like just on the side of the stage, just randomly. He was like, oh, who's that? And then I started training under him. And then that's when I met Danny. So that was pretty much how I got into it. And ever since then, here I am. I walk women's runway, women's vogue, hands.
That's my daughter that when she goes to a ball, I had to kind of tell her, Keisha, slow down, bitch. Like the thirst was there, you know, like she was always that, the one to compete. So she would walk women's vogue. This bitch would have a bag or bags
Suitcase.
or suitcases ready for the night. You know what I'm saying? One category after the other. So I give it to this girl.
Yes. What does it mean to be a daughter, father?
That's my daughter. That's how, I'm just saying, don't take it, but for me, that's my daughter. That's my everything. I'm gonna look out for her. I'm gonna protect her. I'm gonna guide her. I'm gonna give her the advice that she needs. And when it comes to a ball, whatever category she's walking, which is women's vogue is her main one, I'm gonna make sure she's prepared. You know what I'm saying? So, and when we go to a ball as a family, I'm gonna make sure I'm on that panel, so my daughter gets her vote.
And he is like a father. Like he's a father figure in my life. Like he will get me together. Like, yes, daughter. Like I go to him for advice. He just like how a father would be like my biological father. He is also like my father. He, yes, you did great, but girl, get it together. Like he will also discipline me too if I, step out of line. So he's like legitly like my father. It's great.
You a pain in the ass, but I fucking.
So would you say that Ballroom is kind of like a second family?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that the great thing about Ballroom is especially for the LGBT community who get pushed away from their biological family, is that we have the opportunity to have a chosen family, and these people have our backs. This is who I can turn to when I'm going through something, so that's...
Yeah, and not only that, but being accepted for everything that you are, whether you're, a gay man or lesbian, queer in any way, tall, short, skinny, fat, whatever as long as you're out there, like in the Ballroom community embraces you in that way. And your house accepts you for everything. So that's why they have all these different categories. So there's a category for everyone. It's just a whole like culture, I guess.
You guys aren't just like an ordinary group of ninjas. You guys are the core group of, is it overall South Florida or is it nationwide? Because this organization is nationwide, right? I mean, all over, global, it's all over the world, right? Worldwide. And so tell me exactly with regards to your position where you sit, I guess, in the hierarchy of the ninja organization.
Oh, absolutely. So officially, I'm one of the grandfathers of the house. But recently, with a lot of changes within the family, I stepped up and kind of took that overall father. But I'm really grandfather of the house. So all the chapters.
So all the chapters all over the world.
All over the world. The
Okay.
whole family ninja. There's multiple leaders. Family is very big. I think we have about 220 something, give or take now with the changes. Maybe a little lesser than that. So all over the world.
All over the world. And we also have the overall mother, is that
Yes.
correct? All over the world.
Overall mother.
Yeah.
So I did all right, y'all. Here, Mirage, you haven't said a thing. Now tell me a little bit about yourself and how you came to Ballroom.
Hi, I'm legendary Mirage Ninja.
What does it mean to be legendary?
Legendary is when you did your time in Ballroom. You've walked, you've won.
How much time have you done in Ballroom? When did you start Ballroom?
Around 2006, yeah. And I was walking, traveling in different states outside of this region, making a name for myself, becoming known for my category, and just making it hot.
What was your category?
I started off with hand performance and arm control, and then I transitioned into New Way and Vogue Femme later on. But I'm mainly known for hands, arms, New Way.
And when you say hands, arm control, New Way, that's all different styles of Vogue?
Yeah. That's more of the older style of voguing. you know, it started with performance, then I think that's what they call it, performance, and then it turned into old way, then old way to new way. New way and hands and arms kind of ties in with each other, so it's like, yeah, the artistic style of it.
And so, how is it that you became interested in ballroom?
I was never interested in it. When I first saw balls, I was so young, and I was in the club. Was it the clubhouse in New York? We went upstairs. I think so.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was too young to understand anything about the lifestyle. I was very sheltered, very to myself. Even though I know that, you know, this is who I am, I still had doubts in my mind about who, you know, me being myself in the open.
Do you mean like sexuality wise, or?
Right, like sexuality wise. And so yeah, when I first went to these balls, I'm like, why are they twirling like that? Like, what's going on? And then when I came to Florida, aside from that, like I used to dance, like hip hop, jazz, and stuff like that. So I remember I was in a hip hop class one time, and somebody approached me and was like, "Do you want to learn how to Vogue?" And then my reaction, I was like Madonna Vogue, like they're like, not really. And then, you know, things took off from there. You know what I'm saying? And they trained me, and like, I've always been the type of person, like, I always push myself past my limits, so I guess I was really, like, good, and they liked that. So, because I was so dedicated and stuff, like, I pushed myself further and further, like, by myself, and really got involved in it. And the more I got involved in it, the more I understood it was like a family, like another family outside of my main family that I can go to, you know, for advice or, you know, being in this lifestyle. So, yeah, like, I just learned to love everybody, and it was something that I loved. Like, I loved the feeling, the atmosphere of it all, and that combined with the talent, I just blew up. You know, I was winning like back to back when I first came out. The reactions was like, oh my god, his hands are nasty. You know what I'm saying? Because like I took my shit really serious. So
It's okay.
but I'm sorry.
It's
So, yeah,
okay.
that's
It's
how I
okay.
got-
Just talk. Just be yourself.
Yeah, that's how. But that's how I got into ballroom, and you know, ballroom is it's a good feeling. You get to, it's an outlet. You get to express yourself, you know, in many ways.
He's ballroom legend.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency, and then the trophies and the amount of the years and
Wins.
you know the popularity. You know that plays a lot.
So I do have a question. So how do you like put together these balls? They're pretty extravagant. I mean, when you come together, you have people doing the chanting. When you have people doing the chanting, you have the organization of the ball. Somebody has to actually get the space. Then you have all the audio equipment you have to put together, and you have these massive awards. Like some of the awards, I know Michelle has won several. I mean, they're just huge. Like, who puts together and funds all this? Is it the Ninja? All the different houses?
It happens all different ways. Some people find funding. Some people collect the money on their own.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you walk a ball, you can win, lots of money walking your category.
Prizes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll have one house, you may sometimes have one house throwing a ball, or you may have two people from two different houses coming together to throw a ball.
Individuals.
Right, individuals
Or
coming together to
maybe,
throw a ball.
or
from two
maybe
different
an
houses.
organization decides they want to throw.
Right, or
To showcase.
organization.
Yeah.
And people have sponsors and different things like that to kind of help with the funding. Right.
Or sometimes as a family, we'll collaborate and we'll throw in a pot, and
Yeah.
everybody knows what their category is, so we'll represent that. A lot of times we don't walk our own ball, so we'll invite the houses to come in, and we'll do cash prizes and trophies, and we've done it before. But if I threw my ball and I named it my ball under me, then they could walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's many different ways and aspects to have those functions. But the idea is that house is pretty much saying, listen, bitch, we inviting you to a function. Here's the motherfucking categories, okay? Here's the cash prizes. Bring it, pay for your table or whatever, how the ball is set up, but come and compete. And 9 times out of 10 is what house has the most trophies. You know what I'm saying? Or who won the most cash prizes. It's the impact that the house
That the house makes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it could get fierce, honey. Trust. And you've seen it. So.
Vicky, how did you get involved with the house? What is it? Vicky Ninja is the
Vicky
full
Ninja.
title.
Overall mother.
Overall
Vicky
mother, Vicky Ninja. How did you get involved with Ballroom?
So,
And when?
I was born in New Jersey. I've been in the ballroom scene since mid 90s. I walked my first function in like 95. I used to be in the House of Vizcaya, but I always knew who Willie was from the scene in New York. You know, it's big, but it's small at the same time. When I moved here to Florida, I met Fernando. Well, Fernando actually found me. And he brought me around the Ninjas. And it just so happened I already knew who Willie was, you know. So it was pretty much a natural transition for me. Yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I was accepted immediately.
And what does Ballroom mean to you?
For me, ballroom is extracurricular activity. You know, I really like my children to like have their life together or work on something for yourself. You know, school, going to work. You know, something for yourself. But we all need an outlet. You know, so our outlet is ballroom. You know, some of us prepare for a long time to walk a category, and yeah, it's where we can all go and be accepted, and we can flourish and be a family.
And what was your category, or what is your category?
I used to walk Femme Queen Realness.
What is Femme Queen Realness?
Well, basically, so I'm a trans girl.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of a cisgender woman can I pass for? That's basically what the category is. So there are other trans women who come up against me, and we battle, and we see who the realest one is.
Okay,
Usually
well, you're
me.
real, bitch.
Usually me.
That's right, real. And Danny, what was your category, or however?
Oh my God.
Oh yes, I want to hear it.
Oh Jesus. So before the House of Ninja, I was a Westwood. So my thing was classic Vogue, Butch Queen classic Vogue. So it was more of the poses and the strikes, you know what I'm saying?
All the way, or?
Very precision. Now the voguing has gotten more open, so it's become very feminine and artistic and shit. You got ballerinas, and then you have people who are acrobats, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, for me it was a little bit of old way, some new way, classic Vogue, hands, arms. So.
And what does Ballroom mean to you?
This right here, my family, my kids, you know, and anybody else in my circle that I could be me, you know what I'm saying? And they accept me for me. When I fucking, how do I say, fake, backstabbing, you know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get here. So that's what it means to me, the closeness here, and that's what my mother was all about, you know what I'm saying? So, and if they're not here, that means that they couldn't hang. Nope. So, it's no shame. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you gotta clarify, so, but that's ballroom shade, honey. We're gonna move on past that. So.
Oh, very, very well. And when did Ballroom start for you?
Oh shit. When I was sneaking out my house, fuck.
From where? Where were you living?
So I'm born in the Bronx and I'm raised in Queens, but
Yes.
a lot of the balls that I used to go to back in the day were in Brooklyn, and they were in Manhattan. So, and then after that, a lot of them were down on the motherfucking pier. You know what I'm saying? So the House of God, damn it. Talking years ago. So
Was this
97,
90s? Yeah.
98. But this new generation for me started in 2002 with Willie. And then, like I said, then came Benny and everybody else when they really took it off. You know what I'm saying? They took off Ninja. Because Ninja's a brand, honey. So.
A brand? What do you mean by that, a brand?
It's a brand. It's not just ballroom. It's a brand. We on TV. We teach. We're international. We get hired for gigs. It's professional. You know what I'm saying? It's
Excellent.
bigger than ballroom. So.
You all became in Ballroom because you needed an outlet from your personal life, your family life, and maybe the family home environment wasn't what you needed it to be, and that's how you found refuge in the House of Ninja? is that the story for everyone, or would you say your home life
I
is
wouldn't
great?
say it's a story for everyone, but for most of
It was
us,
for me.
yes, most of us. Yeah.
It was for me. I had to move out of my house at 18 years old by myself, $300 in my pocket, because my parents didn't accept the fact that I was a lesbian. And I literally went with my mattress and the $300. I had to pretty much fend for myself. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. And I had lost my family. I had lost this huge family that I had. And this one, thing about me that they didn't know, it just destroyed it. So I was an 18-year-old girl, living by herself. And I was friends with Mikey, separate from that. And one night he invited me over to a club.
Is this here in Miami? I know they're from New York and then came to Florida. And
I was in Miami to a club, and he liked how I danced. And so that was back in 2004, I think it was. And I found, and I met other members, and I found that the family that I had lost, that was sad, but I had gained a new family. It was a very hard time, but I had my, the other members of the house, and I also had Willie. So he was always just a phone call away. And that to me meant everything. So through that, I was able to, not only grow as an individual, go back to school, get my degree. I have a master's degree now, and it was because of the motivation and the drive, and sometimes the discipline that I got from them when my real family wasn't around.
Thrown off. Who do we have next here at the top?
My name is Tayviz. Ballroom name Shaq Ninja, for obvious
Shaq Ninja.
reasons.
They can't see you. They can stand up, but you're 6 foot.
6'5".
Okay.
But I came into the house officially I still remember the day, May 10th of 2010. And when I first seen, voguing and stuff like that, I had the same mentality like him. I'm like, what are they doing? They're like all on the floor. They're like clapping on the floor. But I was always the type of person where there was a new dance, I had to know it. Like if a lot of people out here doing it, I got to do it too. I want to do it too. I want to get out here in the circle. I want to be a part of all of that. So I used to watch him all the time, going out to Parliament House, watching him for hours, and watching him do his thing. I felt like he was like, some type of celebrity to me. When I remember, I was with a friend. Me and a friend a friend had invited me out to the club. So he was like, hey, he pulls up and I get out, go out to the car. I get in the front seat and he was like, I want you to meet my friend Scott in the back seat. So when I look in the back seat and I seen it was him, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the man I've been watching for so long. Like, oh my God. Cute. I'm like, how are you doing? So I turn around and I'm like sitting in the front seat like, oh my goodness, this man's not sitting behind me right now. So we go out to the club or whatever. So he comes up to me and he was like, let me see you walk. So I'm like, huh? He was like, I want to see you walk down there and come back. I'm like, okay, yes sir. Like, so I walk down and I come back and he was like, do it again. So I go there, I come back and he was like, you're gonna be a ninja. And I was like, oh my goodness. So, but at that time, this was before I actually became a ninja, it was like a year or so later because he was like, hey, you need to know the history of ninja. Do you know who Willie Ninja is? You need to did it this, did it that, blase, 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 or whatever. And when he felt like it was time, then I became into the house, which at first I came into, for runway because of my height, and I guess the walk or whatever, but I gradually went into Vogue film. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. Like, I love voguing, girl. There's something about it to be able to release that and feel that beat in that music and let it drive you. Oof, it's a whole nother world. Like,
the ego comes
for
out.
real.
You see the generations?
Ooh.
I was just about to get there.
Him and then now him.
I was just about to
Now
say.
even
I know that's the new.
So-
Before we go to the new, I definitely want to get a little bit from Fernando. I see you. Hey.
Hey.
So Fernando, how did you come to the club? What is your ninja name?
Nando Ninja. And I originally joined the house I joined Ballroom, I want to say in 2000, 2003. And I was originally in the House of Genesis, which back then was referred to as the boot camp house for the House of Infinity. And
I remember.
Baby J was my father. And my best friends, we all went to high school together, got this invite to a secret meeting for this house I was opening up in Miami. And it was nobody could talk about it. It was very hush hush. And I wasn't invited. But they were like, you need to come. Bring your heels, come, just show up and show them what you do. So when we got there, they were like, this is our friend Fernando. He wasn't invited, but he brought his heels and he's butchering up in pumps. And we're in the middle of a parking lot, so I put my heels on. They're 8-inch platform stilettos. And I start walking and doing cartwheels and splits. And Labelina and Julio, and they were all like, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you're staying. You're.
I remember that day.
And so that's how I got into the House of Ninja. And originally I walked between up in pumps, and then drags face, drags realness, not realness, sorry, runway. And I took a break from the scene. I went to college. I'm actually a public school teacher. I've been doing it for 10 years, and kind of back in the scene and walking again, walking bazaar, dabbling back in runway, and just happy to be back in the scene. And I love it because it's, like I said before, somebody who grew up in a very strict family who didn't accept me for who I was, to have a chosen family, people who accepted me and allowed me to be me, meant a lot. It made me the man that I am today. And I'm just happy to be here and share what I've learned and the things that I've been through, and to share them with the younger generation.
Is that what Ballroom means to you?
Yes. He's also a Bazaar of the Year.
Yeah.
You have to, let the girls know.
Yeah, we're gonna go here. Michelle, my girlfriend actually. Hey.
Hi.
That's how I got to know all these lovely people, was this beautiful girl right there.
My name is Michelle, aka Epiphany Ninja, and I am a bizarre child.
That fly's gonna bother me, I'm sorry.
One of y'all must be.
you guys already know how I came into the house back in 2004. I got recruited, and the family aspect just kind of kept me there. I've been loyal to the house ever since, and loyal to the day I die. I walk bazaar, so to answer the question you had earlier, and maybe Fernando can help me with this one. Bazaar is a design category. It falls under the design part of Ballroom, and basically they give you I don't want to say a theme, because it's more like a description of what they want to see, but these descriptions are usually, very avant-garde.
Thinking outside the box.
And where's Willie Ninja now?
My mother passed away several years back, a little after I moved here to Florida. He was, unfortunately, he was infected by HIV, and it was a process, so a little hard to talk about, but
To the best you can.
we lost him, due to the infection. Unfortunately, back then there wasn't, the modern technology that we do about now, we have now. But listen, it's real. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say this game is real, but being homosexual and meeting somebody and being who you are, unfortunately, this is some of the shit you gotta face. So you don't know if your other partner or the other person you're sharing is infected. Sometimes it's risk You know what I'm saying? So with all the shit going on in the world now, I get it. There's a lot of struggle going on with a lot of people in 2020 has shown a lot of shit. But let me tell you something. Waking up every day as a homosexual and the way the world has looked at us for years, that's real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my mother, unfortunately he succumbed to the virus. I tried my hardest to maintain him and keep him alive, but it was bigger than me. It was bigger than us.
So he was the originator, of the House of Ninja. So he created this house.
Right.
He formed it.
Yes.
You were his children, or you are his children, I guess, ultimately. Yeah. And now you branched out and maintained the family for him. Yeah. And this will continue in his name.
As older members, we try to pass down that family value, that core family value that we have and that we learned from Willie to the new generation and the new kids that are coming in. And unfortunately, with the way that things have happened and the world has changed, and a lot of these core values have been lost completely. And the focus is more on dancing or more material things. But we are trying really hard to make sure that we bring the focus back to what we really are, which is a family first.
It's been, with the world changing and everything, fame started to be the main focus, which there's nothing wrong with wanting to be famous and wanting to have a name for yourself. But if you don't have, this to back you up, that fame means nothing.
It's true.
So that's what, to piggyback off what she said, that's what our core value is family. Because when you don't get that trophy that night, when you didn't get where you wanted to be, we're here to, it's okay. It's all right. You'll get it next time. Let's work on it. So it's the family.
Yeah.
So with that said, what is the future of Ninja? Where do you see the House of Ninja going from here on forward?
Everywhere.
Now I'm going to pose that question to Danny and Vicky, mother and father of the house, overall.
I see the house continuing Willie's legacy, what he wanted. He wanted a group of kids that had a good head on their shoulders. He wanted a group of kids who wanted better for themselves. School, work, getting your life together, going to the balls, putting your name out there, being a good human being. At the end of the day, this is all anybody wants. Be a good human being. Be a productive member of society.
I'm just here, and I'm always going to be here, and I'm going to protect them, and I'm going to always be their father, and I'm always going to give them advice, and I'm always going to help them out and give them money and stay at my house, and when I got to listen to them be a pain in the ass and complain about something. But for me, the vision are the new people that are coming in. Because we always have to have that growth to keep up with Ballroom. So like my daughter right here, you see, I'm just waiting to get her out there. Well, hold on, she been out there though. Go ahead.
I'm Elon, aka Eloni Ninja, aka let me stop. I'm not gonna go any further. But can I start off with like my introduction?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody has like their own like story and like how they came into Ballroom, but mine didn't come from like being outcasted from my family or anything like that. It came from like a circumstance of like I've always used to being like on a team and like playing sports, and on a dance team there's always like members. So we're calling it brothers and sisters here. So it's like I think we're on a dance team, and I think like some girls won't make it, some girls do. So it's like I'm going into this with some members getting cut out, some members coming in, and it's like very much like a cabaret, like girls are coming in, coming out. So like after that, I became homeless. So it became, okay, it's a sport, until like, okay, like now this is real life. And so like I started to learn like Ballroom isn't just about dancing and like putting on costumes and like going out there for like a trophy or cash prize. It's more about beneath the surface, like who's there behind the scenes, like who's there when like you're crying and you're sad and like you need somewhere to stay and like you have nothing, like. So that's when Vicky became like my mother, like in life, like not just ballroom, but like for everything. Like I need her if like I'm stuck somewhere, like my car won't work, like one of the animals are like throwing up, like I have a home now, like so it's like ballroom has become like a sport and so like a lifestyle. So it can go either way. Like I feel like I might not take it so serious, but it becomes serious and like
it becomes your life. So
like
it's not so much of I mean it is an extracurricular activity, but you have your family there. Like everybody will pitch in, and it's not like we even have these. There's been moments where we have GoFunds for members, not even in our chapter, members in other countries, international,
like right now,
and
Brazil.
So we not only support the members of our chapter, like we're always there for each other, but we're always there for the other chapters as well, and we try to be as much as we can. So it's just a big family.
Yeah, because I mean, brother and sister is not just like the term.
Yeah.
It's like in real life, like your real brother, your real sister. He found me, my gay father. I treat him with that kind of respect as like a child would treat a father, even though we're only a couple years apart, like, you know, but I give him that respect. You know what I mean? The talent that he has and what he showed me and the discipline he's taught me and all of those kind of things, you know what I mean? You give that respect.
Yeah, certain things I would never know if Vicky would never came into my life. Like things she teaches me, my dad would never touch on. Like, and that's what I needed. Like I needed like somebody who knows what it's like to like walk in your shoes.
So Vicky not only became your overall mother, she became your real mother.
Yeah, like I'm living with her. Like I depend on her to live. Like if she's gone, what am I gonna do? Like,
You have us. We love you, but
I need her.
No choice but to love.
You don't have a choice. I'm in your life forever.
Okay.
That's the future.
That is the future.
But you see how history is repeating itself.
Yeah.
By this right here. So.
And you have a sister also, right?
Yeah, I have a twin sister, a cisgender woman. So it's like ballroom is not just for the gays, and you know, it's for
cisgender,
like,
hetero.
yeah, like biological, whatever term you want to use. But yeah, so it's like yeah, so like yeah, so it's not just for like, you know, the queer, it's for everybody.
I was gonna say, do you have to be gay to be in ballroom?
no.
No, but you gotta respect it.
Hey.
Okay.
All right.
Respect who created it.
And learn from the culture and you know, embrace it.
You know, they always read my house like if we can't bring it, you know what I mean? The shade is that they read my house, but when we go to y'all ball, we motherfucking devastate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we silent and we assassinate. You know what I'm saying? The difference between my house and ballroom is that I'm not gonna tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with these girls now, is that everybody, you know, with social media, everybody's, we doing this.
Everything.
You don't tell people your shit, girl. You don't tell your gig. You know what I'm saying? When you go to a ball, that's your time to show them bitches, they not playing, they here, you know what I'm saying? They here to destroy. And that's what I get out of this family. You know what I'm saying? Amongst this, when we go, we battle, everything is, our ducks are in a row, you know what I'm saying? And we go to destroy. So, you know, don't let the hype about the House of Ninja fool you, because baby, let me tell you something. Let your ball come around. We're gonna take your cash prizes and win your trophies. So, and last year, my house was robbed of House of the Year because of this superlatives. Yes, it's on camera. Yes, we won the most trophies. We won the most trophies in Florida Ballroom. But anyway, on that note, thank you.
Final last words. What do you want the person watching this to know about House of Ninja? I'm a young little girl or boy, you know, at home watching this on YouTube, like, wow, these guys look so cool. Like, what do you want to tell me?
Social media is very prevalent, so everything you see online isn't always face fact. So like, make sure you don't go into ballroom thinking like it's gonna be like this perfect ride. Like, you're gonna get to where you want to be. Like, everything takes time. Like,
It's a lot of hard work.
yes.
Hard years.
And thick skin.
And thick skin.
Thick skin. Because sometimes you may have it all and you still may get chopped.
When I first started voguing, and I used to just always go out to the clubs and just vogue in every club, every night I could. The people used to come up to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, how do you do that?" The beat just come on and the music just take you over, and then next thing you know, people around you like, "Oh my gosh," you like, "Man, where do these people come from?" You know what I mean? Because you feel me, but
when you hear your house chanting behind you, I think to me that's like the ultimate. That carries you. Really just that feeling alone is worth it for me. I don't need to win. I mean, it would be nice to get my 10s and
it's a lot to go on that floor by yourself.
That feeling for me is everything.
Despite the outcome, just give it your best shot.
Yeah.
And be prepared for it. You know.
And make a statement.
Man, have fun.
And
like,
you
Look good. Let people talk
It's
about
a
you.
great. Wait, you're not even. They don't even know you're here. You have to be like here.
Are we invited? Come on.
Alright, you're in front of the
So when
father.
it's hot-
There you go.
So one thing I need the new girls to know is all of this shit is make believe, honey. It's fantasy. At the end of the day, the fabulous girls out there are sleeping on somebody's couch.
Okay.
It's no shade. And if it's one thing that people should know about ballroom is at the end of the day, it is a fantasy world. You come into this and you engage with these people, these lovely people out here. You engage with them and you show them the fantasy version of yourself. You sell them that.
That's right.
Danny, do you agree?
I do, but she did not say the couch.
Oh,
She said living on somebody's couch.
It's no shade. The fabulous girls, and people need to understand that when you look up to these people, you need to look up to that person, not to the image that they portray in ballroom. Because a lot of times I see these young girls, they live for this bitch and that bitch, and it's like Miss Thing. She don't have a high school diploma. She don't have a good source of income. She's probably fucking and sucking for her next coin. Probably even on the couch that she's staying on. And it's these behaviors that people engage in. I'm not judging no one, but it's these behaviors that people engage in without realizing that the fact is they're putting on a persona for you, a picture for you to get into, for something that you can feed that, you know, that drive or that fantasy that we all want to live. We all want to be fab and we all want to look fab. But at the end of the day, a real fab girl is a girl who can go home to her own place, her bills are paid.
That has it together outside of the scene.
Okay? Because there's one thing's for sure and there's two things for certain. I've never asked a bitch to get me to and from a ball, into a ball, or pay for anything that I have on inside the ball. That's for sure and that's for certain. So if you want to be that girl, you want to come out to balls and stuff like that, make sure you're that bitch before you're anybody else. Because it's one thing that I consider late is a girl who's out there, she can duck walk to hear the high heaven, dip off the balcony, but bitch, she ain't got shit going on in real life. That's late.
And that's what Ninja encourages, right? That's what I understand. Ninja encourages.
I just had to add that little part in for the future girl.
There's no shade towards anybody that's going through anything like that. But the whole point is to, like, you know, better yourself, grow.
Yeah.
You know, and we're here to support each other. And
It's more than just ballroom.
Everything is not what it seems.
And I think that's how Ninja has become worldwide. Because look at these girls. They've taken the Ninja name and they've made it worldwide. They're dancers, choreographers, like, big shit.
Yeah.
I curse too.
Well, with that said, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to talk to me and be interviewed for my channel. It has been a true honor to hang out with y'all for the past year, I guess, for the most part. And, you know, my girl that I love very much.
Do you see what I'm doing?
I appreciate you.
Do you see what I'm doing?
Pointing? Hold on, no, I really don't. There we go now.
I'm touching a corner.
Yeah!
For you.
Thank
Touching
you.
corners. Yes.
No, thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so much, and I really appreciate having you all, and I can't wait to see y'all at your next ball, because I know Ninja is coming strong and heavy and with so much talent, especially now. Always, but I feel like there's something in the air, magical, that's about to happen to the House of Ninja that's going to explode. So, N-I-N-J. That's it. It's a wrap. Y'all can move. Y'all can move. Y'all can move.
N-I-N-J, get the fly.
And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
my God, that was awesome. That was so good. You guys did so good.